1917, English and German aviators were able to begin strategic bombing with a long-range aircraft. Air raid protection came into being during the Weimar Republic. The German Air Defense was founded in 1927. The Reich Air Defense Association was founded by the National Socialists in 1933. In the early days of bunker construction, there was insufficient knowledge about bomb-proof structures. The Reich Building Committee of Air Protection researched materials and construction methods that should be incorporated into bunker construction. In 1937, the Institute of Structural Air Defense was founded in Braunschweig to enable the systematic research and development of bunker construction. From 1939 onwards, test blasting and bombardment tests were carried out on concrete models on a site in the Querraum forest. The aim of the research was to achieve the greatest possible robustness with the minimum use of materials. It was found, among other things, that steel inserts in concrete can absorb the explosion energy and completely weaken it through plastic deformation and also strengthen the concrete. In response to the increased air raids, the Air Defense Leader Program was ordered on October 1940, which enlarged the construction of air raid shelters regulated throughout the empire. This marked the beginning of the construction of civil air raid shelters. The term bunker was originally used for bomb-proof one's air raid shelter used. Today, however, the term bunker is used by almost everyone. It has different names for different designs. Bunkers are given, e.g. flat, round or high bunkers. Earth bunkers were primarily private buildings that offered no real protection from the bombs. There were smaller shelters directly below the surface of the earth. The splinter protection cell, known as a one-man bunker, also offered little protection. Round bunkers and high-rise bunker structure are for everyone. You can see them because they were made of concrete above ground. Ceilings, exterior walls and foundations formed a bomb-proof outer shell. There are also the so-called splinter protection trenches. It is a matter of structures close to the surface with a width of 1.20 meters to 3 meters and a depth of 2 meters to 3 meters. Such a covered trench is an air raid structure that only provides protections against debris, splinters and gas exposure. The construction of this air raid covered trenches came in numerous variants, shapes and forms. For example, the construction method were half in the ground embedded covered trenches with semicircular ceilings and in the ground sunken rooms with straight ceilings. The coverage should not exceed the maximum limit of approximately 1 meter. As a result of the increasing shortages of building materials, the number of air raid shelters were built because there were relatively few quantities building materials were required. The construction of the air raid shelters were carried out with mining advance and expansion knowledge. Included the extensions that were also common in mining were used. Bomb-proof air shelters with initially on average in depth of 8 to 10 meters from 1943 with at least 15 meter coverage created. The deeper construction of air raid shelters was necessary because tunnels closer to the surface against the increasing effect of weapons no longer offered sufficient protection. In addition to construction work in the area of civil air protection also included plans for camouflage and protection companies that were important to the war effort were developed. This also included the relocation of production underground. Since mid-1943, the construction of such underground factories began. In addition to the expansions, existing underground spaces such as caves or mines, a large number of new systems were also planned and partially implemented. All underground relocations are classified as secret and with code names have been given. Many buildings over the years are relatively light in construction. After the end of the war, some of the buildings were demolished without much effort. In contrast, only the entrances of the tunnel systems have been blown up or been filled in.